Welcome to part 2 in the series of videos looking at my attempt for galactic domination as a machine race in Stellaris. We left part 1 halfway through a war with the Trakpocian Republic, and we had just agreed a peace deal to bring that phase of the war to a conclusion. 10 years in game time has passed, and external circumstances have forced us to a return to battle, and that is where this video picks up from. Whilst we've been away, our neighbours, the Uindar Corporation, decided to declare war on the Trakpocian Republic. And as you can see, they've already taken 4 of their systems. Well, fortunately, my truce has just expired, so I'm now going to go in and see if I can take that capital city and a couple of other ones before the Trakpocians disappear altogether. So here we go. Trakpocian, declare war, sublimation,
diplomatic alert. War protocols initiated.
And in we go. Let's go and take that one out while we're at it.
Hostile fleet assets engaged.
Let's see what we do here. I'm going in with 2.1. Come on, chaps, you can do this.
Alert. Station engaged. System survey complete.
Which stations engaged?
Construction complete.
See, the Uindar are trying to take that off me. Naughty people! It's my base. That'll be interesting to see what happens if they take the planet, but I've got the star system. Who's going to pacify them first?
Hostile stationary asset engaged.
Interesting. Did we win that battle? No, they've taken it. That's interesting. We've got the star system. They've got the planet. We might have to do some negotiating around that one. Surely to goodness we've got enough to take that out between the two of us. That's interesting. That should be the end of this war. Once we've taken this system, they've got nothing left. What's going to happen with that planet, though? So we won those 2 battles. Can I actually take that planet?
Alert. Spaceport engaged.
Which spaceport? Oh! That's a battle. That is one of my old rebel science vessels. They disappeared into the void and came back, but we didn't want them, so we've destroyed them. That's ended that threat. What I'm very curious about is what's happening here, though. Traco. I want to see what happens here, because I've got the system and they've got the planet. I'm not sure we want to share. What you can see as well is I've started filling out all of this territory with my own outposts, to the point where I've now cut off the Sinor state from coming any further south. They've still got the enigmatic fortress up there, so this bit here is likely to become part of the Uindar. Where's Jugrad then?
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Oh, I'm fighting. Who am I fighting then? Just fighting the outpost. Interesting.
Hostile stationary asset engaged.
So if the Uindar are cleared off out of there, it's really down for me to take that planet again, isn't it?
Diplomatic alert. Military confrontation detected. Planetary pacification protocols initiated.
Oh, I should win that one over, alright. But we are coming to the end of this fight by the looks of it. Let's track it. Oh.
Ground invasion units have achieved all objectives.
Good. So that science ship can go in there and do the research projects. Can go and do the projects there. There. And there. Trakpocian is not a planet, but a sophisticated 3D projection, and its center is a projector that generates an energy field. Simulator fields brilliant. Maybe. Yeah. Very strange. In the meantime, we'll have everybody join up there, because I am mindful that the Trakpocians may still have destroyers floating around out there. Are we all together? Yes. It's time to move you. That's another one of these minor ones, and I've noticed quite often it doesn't generate a name string, which has got to be a bug. Well, let's go and see if we've got enough to take this planet out. And you can pilot with it as well.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Yes, we'll research that. What's he got left in here? Not a great deal. This might be the end of the Trakpocians. That's the armour gone already from that station. They did have 12,000 hull points, but not
Ship
anymore.
fragments dissected.
Just physics. Okay. So, army. It's time to go and take out that. And then we're done. This war is over. Very, very soon.
Diplomatic alert. Military confrontation detected.
Ah, the Uindars have now declared war on the Alari Confederation. That's more like it, because the Alari Confederation is their neighbours here. I mean, the Uindars are looking a bit small territory-wise.
Protocols initiated.
They might be a useful target for us next. One defending army against all of these.
Ground invasion units have achieved all.
The Star Nation, formerly known as the Trakpocian Star Conglomerate, has been destroyed by its enemies, us. How this will affect the political climate of the galaxy remains to be
Special
seen.
project complete.
So there we go. The Trakpocians, done. Dead. Gone. In the next part, we will look at choosing another enemy and seeing which empire we can go for next time. The year is 2295. That's 26 years after we finished the battle with the Trakpocian Republic, and there have been some interesting developments. You can see from all of this purple here that the Uindar Corporation and the Laachax Corporation have formed themselves into a federation. And the Laachax was going to be my next target. As you can see from the relative power, both the Uindar have got a pathetic fleet power compared to mine, an inferior economy but equivalent tech level, and the Laachax have got an inferior fleet power, inferior economic power, and their technology level is equivalent, which on the face of it means they are both beatable. The question it raises for me is, how do I fight a war on two fronts at the same time? Because if I move into Bardigan, then the Uindar are going to come at me through Rebellious. And the creatures here will be no defense for me because they have a direct line from Rana through to Rebellious. So I'm going to have to build up fleets at both entry points, and when I declare war, it will be war against the Federation, the two empires, simultaneously. That's my next challenge, and join me shortly for the start of this war. It's wartime once again. The decision to go now has been forced on me because in a dry run, one of the neighbouring empires, the Alari Confederation, applies for and is granted associate member status of the Federation run by the Uindar. So therefore I need to go to war before that happens, otherwise I'll be fighting three empires instead of the two. I've set in place some army building at Primus 1 because the armies will need to come through and take the planets off the Laachax. I'm also going to get armies built at Rebellious because they will need to go through and take these planets here at Rana and Eptraban. And I've also started giving these fleets reinforcement orders because of course they are going to be constantly chipped away at through these battles. Now the Magnex machine fleet is currently at Maskal Station, which is this one here. that is already at its maximum strength on the basis of it's got the allocation of ships that I gave it. You'll see, however, that the command limit has gone up by 30. So I can put in another 20 normal corvettes and another 5 destroyers. Okay. Now I can't afford to reinforce that fleet at the moment. The Qantas machine fleet, likewise building a destroyer. So I'm going to put another 20 Yalta class corvettes in there and another 5 destroyers in there. And I'm going to do that for all of these fleets. In fact, I'll give that fleet another 10 of those corvettes, another 10 of those, another 20 of those, and another 5 destroyers. And same again. Oh, same again here. We'll have 30 more corvettes, 20 more, sorry, and another 5 destroyers. This one is slightly different because it's got a frigate, which was an event generated ship that I've not built and can't do a great deal with. So let's take those up to 20, those up to 30, and we'll have a couple more of those. So all of those fleets are going to be reinforcing whilst this war is taking place. We're going to declare it against the Uindar. We will declare war, go for sublimation, and declare war.
Diplomatic alert. War protocols initiated.
I'm going to move it along a slight few days and then pause. In the final edit that you're watching, a lot of maintenance and support tasks will be carried out and taken out of the final edit, so that what you're watching is footage primarily concentrating on the execution of the war. So first things first, we will send the Holon machine fleet to Rana. Now if I zoom in, you'll see that there are actually 2 routes it could go down. I'm going to leave Edskeron alone because that's where that mining station is, and I need to make sure my fleet doesn't go through there, so I'm going to make it restricted. These bits of debris from previous battles, I'm not going to get a sight ship in there in time to actually deal with those. So we will start that fight up there. I will send the Magnex into Bordigan. I've got some more fleets down here, which in the first instance I will merge and then send to Bordigan. This fleet at Brinnis is heading up to back up those fleets up there. So off we go. Let these first few
construction complete
days tick over and we'll see where we go. Speed it up a bit so we see the fleets move in and the fights begin.
Technological acquisition successful. Hostile fleet assets engaged.
Here we go. This bar here obviously is showing progress, and as it moves across to the right then it shows we're winning this battle, because as you can see we're taking out that starport. So we've won that fight. So this is the fight in the south. So that next step is to go down to Bothor. Let's look at this fleet to the north. That battle should be starting any moment now at Rana, and it's just won. We've won that fight at Rana. I'm going to bring that down to Ephraban. There is a planet in Rana, so that army will head in there and we'll take out that planet. And in the meantime, this ship fleet is going down to that fight, that battle next. We'll just reconfirm the orders for the team in the south, and off we go again. Zoom out so we can see both fronts. Here we go. Bathor is going to be the next one hit, as is this one here.
Hostile stationary asset engaged.
Bathor.
System survey complete. Planetary pacification protocols initiated.
That was a battle easily won. That is the
Ground
fight
invasion units have achieved all objectives.
for that planet. This will be the Etraban in the north. Okay. I'm fighting, pausing, because there's so much going on. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So the planet's now been taken, as well as the starbase, which means that's now my sector. So the army needs to come down and take out this planet here. These planets will get renamed once the war is concluded, because you'll see here that my planets are called Primus 1, Primus 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Alpha, Beta. And so all these other planets that I've taken from previous conflicts will all get renamed to be part of the matrix that we are currently running. Now that war at Etraban has been won. I'm going to let this ship catch up and reinforce that one before we do anything more with that. So we'll concentrate for a few moments on this group down here. Now, before they go on, I'm going to merge some more of these fleets so that we're dealing with less ships. Okay, so I'm going to go to Rixim and Hellsmoor and then build a starbase there to try and secure that as my choke point. And once that's secure, I will come down here and try and finish off this area there. So these guys are going to Hellsmoor, and that one, as I said, is waiting to get the reinforcement. Unless, of course, there's a counter-attack which demands different attention. Because it's got to wait for that fleet to catch up really before it can do the bigger stuff. Come on. As you can see, I'm doing some big armies, and at the moment the defending garrisons are just too small to resist.
Units have achieved all objectives.
Okay, let's pause for a second and come back down here. Where are we down there? Fine, now going into there. I'm not worried about those things at the moment.
Technological acquisition successful.
Oh, silly. You need to go back and take out Rixim first. Fair enough. Pause for a second. Let's go in and build the starbase. I'm not worried about my starbase limit up here because I've got a tech coming through soon that will bolster that. I don't quite know why it didn't do the fight at Rixim, because it should have done that on its way through, but hey ho. Right, they've now been joined, so let's go down to Iron IDs and we'll continue with the fight. So as you can see, I'm gradually moving forward on two fronts, at the top and coming round, and at the bottom going down. These two are rebels from the Laachax Corporation. That one can stay there for the time being because in a way it protects this way here. But these will have to be taken out because they are blocking my way through to this part here. So, see, we've taken out Iron ADs. I'm going to send these to Naranka first, and then these people are off to Sismac, so we'll let that run. Always keeping an eye down here on war exhaustion. At the moment, both at 9%, so we've got plenty of time to go before a settlement has to be reached. This fleet here is the one I need to look out for, because that's 4004.
System survey complete.
So this one's moving in now, so I need to bring him in as quickly as possible. See, this is near anchor, and I'm going to retreat from that wall. I'm retreating from that wall because I'm not quite big enough with those to take that out. He's just got himself killed. This fleet is more evenly balanced, so I think, considering they were meant to be pathetic compared to us, I think that might be their major defensive fleet. Let's see what happens here. I'll look down here to see how many of these vehicles are being taken out, as well as that bar up there, because seeing how quickly these are taken out gives me an idea of how fast that bar will move. And by the looks of this, I have taken out that fleet, which is excellent. So I shall pause that for a second. Time for science ships to go and start picking up some of this research debris. So we'll get him, it. Oh, I can't go there yet. This ship can go and meet up with that one. And that can meet up with that one. I'm going to set the hull on to reinforce as well. So those now look like they might be able to tidy up this section here, and again I will put a outpost here to act as a choke point whilst we then start to pick away at these guys down here. I have to say, I don't think this war is going to be resolved with a total wipeout in one go, because there is so much territory here to take that the war exhaustion will kick in long before I take out everything here.
Technological acquisition successful.
Oh, the Alari Interstellar have given associate status, so they are now associates and might get drawn into this war. Although they're not in it at the moment, look. Yes. They're all regrouping at Ionides, which then will reinforce them. Whereas in the meantime, these are taking out this station here. And you can see it's very quick at the moment with these low-level outposts. So they now come down to Karanis. In the meantime, my station here has been built. I shall upgrade that, and at the same time put a gun and missile battery in with communications jammer in case anybody has any clever ideas about coming through there.
Ship fragments dissected.
That's fine, that's the science ship doing its job up there. Where are we looking at here? Karanis. Okay, now pause again for a second, because what I want to do with my science ship down here is to see if there are any debris down here. Oh, there is debris that it needs to go and pick up down there. But now you see that Karanis fleet have got to go through Zarim to get to this section here. So one of the things I need to now do is move this army down there. I need to find this, give it a leader. What should we give it? Morale damage 30%. I now need to find these and declare war on them. So I will actually have two wars going at the same time. Now these are the xenophobic isolationists, and another bug that's in this version of the game is sometimes they don't have a empire name, because they are the rebels, but I need to basically declare war on them.
Diplomatic alert. War protocols initiated.
I can now move in there and take out that choke point. As I say, I'm leaving these here because they act as a little bit of a defence, because if the Laachax want to come through that way, they're going to have to go through that rebel territory and take them out first. So that will give me an early warning if that's the direction they want to come in. Clearly they may want to come through this way, but that's why I'm building the starbase at Hell's Moor. This is the combat at Zarim, which again did not take very long.
System survey complete.
However, before it turns to my territory, I clearly have to
ship fragments dissected.
Take out the army. Let's go in there and see if my ships will take out his army, because where is his army sitting? His army's sitting there, so we're going to take that out. just so that it's out of the way, ready for when my army arrives. Okay. I'll pause again for a second. Where's my army? It's on its way around, look. So I'm going to give it the instruction to land armies there. I'm also going to give that science vessel an additional instruction, which you do by pressing shift. Well, you press right click and then you press shift before you press research project, so it gets added to its orders down here. So he's now got Debris and Rixium plus one other order, which is the Debris in Zarim. We will then go down to Finn, take that out. Let's see what's happening up north. Okay.
Alert. Hostile fleet assets detected.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's go to Naranka and meet you on the way there. Finn, you're going down, aren't you? Excellent. So with Finn, I'm now going to do two things. I'm going to split my navies and I'm going to send one up to Wallius and I'm going to send the other down to Yinin. So that just takes out that spur at the same time. We've got a tradition come up, which is star-based damage increased by 20%, defense platform build cost and star-base upcross by reduced by 33%. So I will take that, and then for my ascension perk, I want to have, that's it, Grasp the Void. So you can see that will change as soon as I click over. So now we're back within our star-based capacity. And that, my friends, is where, in order to try and keep these videos around 30 minutes long, we bring this particular video to its conclusion. Join us again in the next video for the continuation of this war and the conclusion of it. Thank you again for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell for notifications of future releases, and share. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.